You are tuned in to your dose of positivity. I am Marlene Motivates, and as I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
And to get further support, join my channel membership. Hey everybody, I'm Marlene of Marlene Motivates, and welcome. I am your channel for all things positive, motivational, encouraging, life lessons, and mindset shifting. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I love to have you as a part of the Marlene Motivates family. Become a motivator. So, hey everybody, it's good to be back. First off, I have to say thank you to everybody who gave so much support in the comments section. All I want to say, all I want to say is that discouragement really is real, and that's why I wanted to talk about this. Believe you can and you will, because if you it's like really what you tell your mind. And when you tell your mind that things are not okay, they really aren't. So, um, once I told my mind that everything was going to be okay, it was. And that's what I say to all of you. It's about the power of your mind, the power of your thoughts. Yeah, all of that. Hey, Realist One, how are you? Welcome. Happy Friday. It's Friday, everybody. I'm so excited about that. Good to see you, Realist One. Got a moderator in the house. Appreciate your support. Yeah, I just wanted to come in and to let you all know. I was like, how are you going to be a motivator and you're lacking motivation? All that stuff. Yes, thank you so much, Realist One. Um, yeah, but it's real. It's real what you tell your mind. And when you convince yourself and tell yourself that you can't do something, you definitely won't. So I had to take a few days off, and I had to shake it off. I had to shake it off. So that's why I wanted to do this topic today. Believe you can and you will. Um, it's a real thing. Believe you can and you will. It's real. And I gotta start off by, doing the definition of believe. Believe means to accept something as true. And it's not applicable to your mom, auntie, cousin, other people. It's what you believe for yourself. And I went through that, the past few days. Until you believe and until you convince yourself in your own mind that things will be okay, then they will. If you continuously tell yourself that it's not okay, that I'm so upset, I'm so sad, that's what you will continue to be. So I wanted to come in and encourage you, as well as myself, that once you believe that things are going to be okay, they will be. The power of the mind, the power of your brain is really amazing. And until you let your mind think that things will be okay, that things are going to be all right, that things are going to be amazing, that things will turn around, until you believe that for your own self, nothing is going to shift out of your life. Absolutely nothing. And I say that for is true because I spent 2 days, licking my own wounds, feeling sorry for myself. Um, and it's not even really a victim, but it's like you can't believe that some things can happen, that people can be so evil and wicked, and that's just what it is. Hey Tamika, how are you? Good to see you. Got another moderator in the house. Happy Friday to you. Good to see you, and I hope you're doing well. Yeah. So, I just wanted to encourage anybody who needs to hear it, and I think everybody needs some encouragement from time to time. Life is hard. Life can slap us around. Some things can happen to us, but it is all about the things that we believe for ourselves. What do you believe about your life? I think that that's a very important evaluation for us to evaluate from time to time. How do we believe that we are? Do we believe that we are okay? Do we believe in our own power and our own strength? Or do you let your situation, do you let the situations of your life, do you let others' opinions, do you let life dominate what you think? Or are you going to go and take control? I think that that's very valuable and very important for us to put the value and the power back on ourselves. Take your power back, claim your power back. The power of the mind is strong. It's the power of your mind. It's about your situation. It's about what you think. It's about who supports you. It's about what is your drive, what is your why. All of those things go into our belief system. So I say to each and every one of you, from time to time, when things happen, when obstacles may be happening, maybe you're in a trial period right now where something is happening to you, and you're looking for a way out. You're looking for, how is this ever going to work? And I'm telling you that until you tell yourself that things will turn around, until you convince yourself that things are going to be amazing, it's about the power of your mind. It's what you believe and accept as true. No matter what the situation is, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what other people are saying, regardless of your past, when you believe you can do something, you will. Um, I think that's very powerful. Believe you can and you will. And I'm going to start early by putting the link here in the chat for those who would like to come and add to this topic. You're more than welcome. So I'm going to just start off with that. If you don't believe that you can, you definitely won't. And I went through that for 2 days, going back and forth, being upset. Hold on, guys. I still got the residual cold, guys. Hold on. Yeah, I'm good, realist one. I'm good. I still got the residual from that bacterial infection. They told me that it would take between 4 to 6 weeks to be back to myself, and I think it's been 3 weeks. So it's gonna take a little bit of time, but everything it's all good. It's all good. So let me get back into this topic. I appreciate you checking on me, realist one. Thank you. So let's get back into talking about believing you can and you will. Um, yes, believing means to accept something as true for yourself. What you accept, what you believe to be true for you. And once you believe something is true for you, there's nothing that can change it and shift it. Absolutely nothing. That's why the power of your mind is so real, it's so strong, and it's so important. We each got to work on how we let our mind think. What do you believe is true for you? What do you want to believe about yourself? See, sometimes the way we grew up, the way we were raised, the things that we have been through in our lives, you get a raw deal. You know, you may have been around people who don't love themselves. Actually, there's a lot of people out there that hate themselves. So because they hate themselves, they're going to put all of that out in the atmosphere. They're going to try to do something to slight you, to hurt you, to make you feel like they feel about themselves. And it's very important to understand that and to not take things like a personal attack. It's not a personal attack. A lot of people go by the projection. They project their fears, their doubts, their worries, their insecurities all onto another person. So don't let other people's insecurities become yours. You know, believe that you're an amazing person. Believe you're an amazing human being, that you can do amazing things and be great. Go and be awesome, in this life. That I get it. Life can be hard. There's going to be some obstacles that come in your way, but don't let that stop you from having the life that you want, from being the amazing woman or the amazing man that you are. It's so important to strengthen that inside of ourselves. Strengthen who you are. Strengthen what you're about. Strengthen what you believe in. And also pay attention to the people that you call as friend. Not everybody that we call our friends actually are. Hmm. That was a learning lesson for me. I don't know about you all, but everybody is not a friend. We have to learn to put people in categories. There's some people who are in our life that they're friends. Some people are acquaintances. Some people are business associates. And then is the very small category of people who actually love us. And we got to understand that not everybody in all those categories has to equate with love. Um, and that helps us. It helps us mentally too. That everybody, you got to understand the role of why a person is in your life. And you be like, this is business. This is this. This is that. And learn distinguish, decipher, and to have discernment. Not everybody is meant to be, not everybody is meant to be in our life. Not everybody deserves to have that label of love until they're proving it. That's something that each of us have to get it, and until you get it, then you get it. But not everybody in our life actually cares about us. Not everybody comes to actually pour into us. Some people come to hurt us, to take, to try to bring us down. And we have to pay attention to those things. You know, you got to open your eyes and see people for who they are. Not everybody deserves to get into our mind, get into our heart. Hey, Nancy, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Happy Friday. Not everybody deserves our love. Not everybody deserves our precious time. You know, time is a very precious commodity. It's very precious. You know, you can't get back the time that you put out. So be careful who you give your precious time to. Okay? So let's get into this topic today, everybody. Believe and accept something as true. Yes. Thank you so much for being here, Nancy. And I'm glad that you're having a great Friday. And I'm glad that you're doing well. And thank you, everybody, here for your support. So let's get into this topic, everybody. Believe you can and you will. So it means when we believe in ourselves, it means that there is a realization. We come to a realization, and it's not only about overcoming external forces, but about working hard and making sacrifices. It means that realization is not only about overcoming external forces, but about working hard and making sacrifices. So you're going to work hard. You're going to make sacrifices for the things that you believe in, the things that you want. And I hear all the time as an excuse, like for the people that I work with off of here, you know, if you really want to do something, there's no excuses that you can make that will that's going to help you until you make a decision, until you make a choice, until you convince yourself in your mind that I'm going to do this, that this is meant to be for me, that everything is going to be all right. And I'm just going to keep trying until you believe that for yourself. Nobody can convince you otherwise. But the whole problem, the biggest issue a lot of times is that people are not convinced in their own power. They're not convinced in their own work. They're not convinced that they can do and be amazing things because of their past, because of people in their life, because of negativity, because their own mind, they don't actually believe that yet. See, and that's why it's so important for you to believe that you can do great things, regardless of what you've been through, regardless of your past, regardless of who you've been around, regardless of what you have monetarily. It's a mindset. In your mind, you have to believe in your own strength up here. See, once your mind is on board, everything else will align. Everything aligns when you get into your purpose and your passion for your life. I definitely will say that 100%. Once I believed in myself, once I believed that I can do amazing things, I believed in that, and I strengthened my why. When you strengthen your why, everything starts to shift. Yes, it is a mindset. And I didn't understand that 100%. I don't know about all of you, but I didn't believe that. I was not convinced of that 100%, that if I believed that I could do something amazing, then I could, because of my past, because of You know, sometimes we have people around us that are negative, hurtful, people on the outside that are looking and they're passing judgments. If you listen to the negativity of other people, you will become negative just like them. You're going to stand still just like them. You're going to give up just like them. Don't be like other people, you know. Make a decision for your own self what you want to do and be. Hey, Cola, got a member in the house. It's good to see you. Happy Friday. If you all want to come up and share your thoughts, it's a Friday, so you know what that means. The link is in the chat. I can put it in one more time. It's good to see you, Cola. I hope you're doing amazing. I appreciate you being here and your support. So let's get back into this, everybody. Believe you can and you will. All right. So let's get into the first point. The first point is it is about overcoming the power of your mind. Your mind. It's about overcoming the power of your mind. We have so much control. It's so much strength inside of ourself just by knowing, I can do amazing and great things, but in your mind, your power of your mind has to be strengthened to know that regardless of what happens, no matter time, when things are up or down or in between, that I'm going to be okay, that things will be all right. It's about what you tell your mind. It's about what is in your mind and what you allow your mind to believe. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better. It's what we let our mind think, you know. It's what we let our mind think. And I'm telling you that if you don't believe in yourself, who will? You can go through your entire life complaining about your life. You can go through your whole life complaining about other people. But ultimately, your life is going to be what you made a choice to do. It's about the choices we make. It's about making a choice that I'm going to be amazing, that regardless of what I've been through, regardless of what other people say about me, it's ultimately about what I'm going to do. It's about the action. It, um, as an adult, we can make a choice that, this and this and that happened to me, but I say over my life, I speak, I declare over my life that it's going to be amazing, it's going to be prosperous, that I'm going to make a choice to keep fighting. That power of the mind can turn around everything. It shows really how much we actually do love ourselves, because a lot of people always talk about I love myself, and then when an obstacle comes about, it's about how much love do you have. You can have a blanket, love for yourself, and that's important. But when the tough gets going, when a trial, when you've been backstabbed, when you've been hurt, when you've been lied on, cheated on, gossiped about, when something happens to you, now how much do you believe in yourself? See, that's the test. How much do you believe in yourself when something happens to you? There you go, motivators. That's the sauce, that's the jewel, that's the ammunition, the fuel, the fire, everything that you need when you are going through an obstacle, when you're going through a trial. How much are you fully convinced in your own power? What do you tell your mind when the tough gets going, when somebody hurts you, when maybe you don't feel good, maybe whatever it is that you're going through, what do you tell yourself? See, it's about those times that is important. not when times are good. It's easy to continue on when things are good. It's about the trial period. It's about when you feel down, when you don't have a lot of this in your pocket. It's about that when you allow your mind to be strengthened. Everything is going to be amazing. Everything is going to be great. Keep going. You're going to prosper. It's just a matter of time. Keep going and be convinced in loving yourself. Even when everybody lets you down, even when other people turn their back on you. But that I talk about this all the time. It's so important for you to have your own friendship with yourself. Strengthen that about you. Even if a trial happens, even if other people do X, Y, and Z, um, and I don't mean to sound morbid, but even when people leave our life through death, you always have your own self as a friend. You do. You have your own friendship with yourself. That's never ending. That's never ending. So keep working on that about yourself, regardless of what happens to you, regardless of what you're going through. When everybody falls out of your life or doesn't support you or doesn't give you what you need, you have to strengthen your own friendship with yourself. That at the end of the day, I have myself as a friend. Have your own relationship with yourself. We have to keep working on our friendship with ourselves, everybody. That when something happens to you, if it has not already, it's coming. That's a reality. It's life. Just a matter of time when things will happen to you. That when that happens to me, then I can say, keep going, friend. Don't wait for other people to support you, because you may be waiting, and then that will get you discouraged and make you feel very sad and upset. So don't wait for other people to support you. Support your own self. Yes, Nancy, you have to be your own biggest cheerleader. You got to cheer on yourself. You must. It's not an option. If you don't support yourself, who's going to do it? Hey, Jinx, journalist, how are you? Good to see you. Got a member in the house. Appreciate your support. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome in. I think it's so important to do this, everybody. Working on your own relationship with yourself, it's vital. I'm doing okay, Jinx Journalist. Thanks for asking, and I'm glad that you are too. Yes, happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday to you and everybody. Hey, Liz, how are you? Good to see you. Got a moderator in the house. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Friday to you. And thank you all so much for all the likes. It's very much appreciated. So, believing in yourself, believing you can and you will. Point number 2, believe in yourself, and we talked about what believing means. It means to accept something as true. So it also shows us, when we believe in ourselves, it shows us that regardless of what another person thinks, it's what you need. It's a personal thing. Accepting something as true for you. So it's about what you need at the moment. I've got a sprained hand, so I can't type too much, so I'll be listening. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Jinx Journalist. I hope you feel better. I hope it gets better. Believing in yourself is so important. Like I said, if you don't believe in yourself, who is going to? We ultimately are responsible for our own joy. You're responsible for your own joy, okay? You're responsible. That's a personal thing. It's a personal thing, and it's a personal, it has to be a desire of yours for, regardless of what is happening, what are others are saying, how much money I have, whatever I'm dealing with, that I believe in myself, that I can keep going, that I can be strong. It's from typing too much. A smartphone finger. It'll be fine, I'm sure. And thank you. Oh, okay. Take it easy. Jinx journalists, take it easy. So believing in yourself, everybody. It's something that people say all the time. I believe in myself and I love me, right? We hear it all the time, right? Don't we? I believe in myself. I love myself. I'm strong. I'm all of these things. But then when life happens, when difficulties happen, when struggles happen, now what? What do you do then? Hey, good afternoon, Miss Queen Sunkiss. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate your support. Happy Friday to you. Yes, Cola, personal responsibility. You know, accountability is everything in this life. And there's a lot of people that need to learn that. And that's why they're so miserable. You cannot blame other people for how your life is. People do it, but you shouldn't do it, because your life is only going to be what you make it. Like, you can't depend on other people for your joy. You can't depend on other people for your peace. You can't you can't depend on other people for, what you think about yourself, the amount of love you have in your life. That's all on you. It's all on you to have and possess those things. Yes, I believe I can, and then I do. Self love, always good. Exactly. Exactly. That's so important. Also, don't be too hard on yourself. And that's a big thing. It's so hard to not do that. As human beings, we will let other people get away with stuff, right? We'll let people do all kinds of things to us, and we just, okay, 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 I forgive you. But when it comes to our own self, we will do something and we'll beat up ourselves. Why did I do that? And I should have done that. And why? We got to not take it easy on ourselves, because I don't believe in taking it easy on myself, but not letting ourselves be human, you know? I think that that's important to talk about. Let yourself be human, you know? Nobody is perfect. Nobody can do anything perfect. And that includes ourselves. And that's why I say all the time, we must forgive ourselves. We must forgive ourselves. And if we don't, we're going to make our own self miserable. Yes. Yeah, you have to learn that. Yes, and having healthy boundaries with people is good. Exactly. It's very important for you to believe in yourself, everybody. Okay? For you. I'm not talking about other people. I'm talking about you. For you to feel good, you have to set boundaries that makes you feel good about yourself. And I hear people say all the time, well, this person does this and this person does that. No, that's them. That's not me. It's so important as an adult for us to decide what we want, to decide what we like, to decide what we want to be on board with and what we're not. Don't let other people make rules for you and tell you what you should do and what you should be, or when they can't do certain things. Don't let their projections, their doubts, and their fears become yours. Um, I definitely had to work on that as a woman, and for the men to work on that as a man. Don't let other people's insecurities and fears and all their issues become yours, because after a certain time, you'll start to be affected mentally by their insecurities and their doubts and what they have going on. And it's not even yours. Don't own other people's mess. Give it back to them. Release it. That's not yours to have and to take. It's not your responsibility to be a savior for other people. They got to do that on their own. That's part of being an adult. Let other people make their own mistakes. Nobody really likes to see other people fall flat on their face, but you can't rescue and save other people. I had to learn that with my own friends and family, that I can't be their savior. They got to make good choices too. They got to do right. They got to get up and fight for their own life. They got to love on their own self. They have to make good decisions. I can't do that for them. And that's a part of self love too, knowing that the boundary, I can only do so much. And then I have to push back, and then let them do their own life. Let them do and be themselves. Yes, I'm so glad to hear that, Queen. Having disabilities and having to readjust to life and allowing myself to grieve and to grieve that, but build new ways to manage things. Yeah, it's all about the mindset, and one thing that I definitely learned is that if you don't control what you think about, what you let your mind think, because when what you think about is what you do, what you believe, what you become. It's I can't think of the word right now. It's like when you do this, it's for every action comes a reaction. So because I think this, that's what I can do or not do. That was a whole big deal. If you tell yourself you can't, you won't, you shouldn't, um, and why, and you want to feel sorry for yourself, you will. If you make that decision to say, I want to feel sorry for myself, I want to feel sad, I want to be discouraged, then you will. Mm-hmm. And you definitely will. Yes, yes, be your own boss. Yeah, you got to take it. See, it's either you control your thoughts and set some boundaries, or other people will make them for you. And I didn't understand how powerful that was until you make a decision to set boundaries and tell people no, and I don't like that, and no, I'm not doing that. Until you put yourself in the driver's seat, other people are gonna drive you around, drive you crazy. If you don't stand up for yourself, if you don't tell people what you're about, what you do, and stand by that, and not be a person to wobble on two opinions, like you'll say, I don't want this and I don't like it, but you still let other people do and say what they want, then they'll know. Well, I could just I can use her. I can make her be like a puppet because she says no, she says no, but she really will do it anyways. So pay attention to that, because people will use you as long as you let them use you. They will. My friend's husband said tonight, I look really well. I said, that's because I've been doing lots of self care, eating healthy, and managing my sleep well. Yeah, and people will see that. People will see what you um, what you think about yourself, what you do for yourself. We can say out of our mouth all the time, I love myself, I care about myself, I'm important. But at the end of the day, are you saying no to people? Are you getting your rest? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you giving yourself your alone time, your me time, taking your vacation? If you are sick, don't don't forget to take those PTO days. They're there for a reason. Use them. Okay? Yes, change how you think for sure. Yes, Cola, thank you so much for chain reaction. Yeah. When you do one thing, it goes to the next thing. And if you don't let yourself um, if you don't let yourself be who you are, other people will control that. And that's why it was so important for me, for my channel song, to say, be yourself, you will survive. That has a lot of meaning to me. Um, because in this world of imposters, copycats, so much things, a person who can be true and authentic in themselves and love themselves how they are, I think that that's amazing. Um, Being your authentic self is nothing like it, because you're not trying to put on airs, and it gets exhausting when you're trying to be something that you're not. So be yourself, and whoever is meant to be and like you and be around you, it's going to be just that. Don't try to change or follow the trends and this person and what other people think you should be. You should like what they like and their opinion. No, your opinion is the opinion that matters, you know. That's why what you believe about yourself is so important. I've just learned to do this, and it's made things a lot better for me. I sometimes feel selfish, but to uh, I have to for my own well being. And, I want to talk to everybody about that, that notion that is selfish to care about yourself. Um, I think for many of us who are kind, we're so used to giving and doing and being for everybody else. But when it comes to us, why do we have to always feel that we have to get the short end of the stick? And we don't. You don't have to get the short end of the stick. You deserve to be seen and taken care of and loved, and to have your time and to have peace and joy. All of those things you deserve. You know, each of us deserves it, but it's about us taking ownership and believing I deserve to be seen and heard and loved and cared on and checked on. You do all of those things, and that's not being selfish. That means that you think about yourself and you let yourself be exactly who you are. If you don't put your interests, your needs, your thoughts out there, and let yourself do it, let yourself be who you are, other people are going to control you. Yeah, absolutely. Be yourself. And it's so freeing too. It's freeing to the mind when you let your mind just be exactly, I am this and I love this. And I recommend all of you all to say that to yourself too. I am who I am, and I love who I am. I am my own friend. I have purpose and I have meaning. I have the ability to do amazing things because I put in the work to do it, and I accepted it and receive it. All the parts and pieces of me I accept, receive, and love. I say that to myself every single day. And I think you all should too. There's nobody who's going to get into your mind. There's nobody going to get into your mind and accept you and receive you for who you are like you do. Just being here has helped me completely heal my mindset. I'm glad I found you. It's helped me to know that I must do what I must do for my own well being. Yeah. And it's about your well being. What another person wants and needs is not yours. And I had to learn that. And I want you all to learn that too. Just because another person needs love differently, every person they have different love languages. They want and need different things. So don't let other people tell you what you want. You know what you want. You know when you feel good about yourself. You know when you're getting all of the things that you want and you desire. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you have to choose love for yourself. You have to choose to believe in yourself. You have to know your worth, and you have to claim it, and you have to step into it every single day. And the decisions that you make, I make a choice today to love myself. I make a choice to believe in myself. I make a choice to be strong. I make a choice to get up even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. That's when you need to get up over and over and over again. and speak love and light into yourself. It's very important the things that you speak over yourself. I'm amazing. I love myself. I'm strong. I'm courageous. I'm able. I'm capable. I'm worthy. I am deserving of overflow and abundance in my life. Claim that. Don't wait for other people to give you that. You may wait your whole life and never get it. Give that gift to your own self. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yes, you can't pour from an empty cup. People have been cross. I'm not at their beck and call. But for me, I'm as an important, or I can't be there long term anyways. Yeah. And you have to tell people. I'll do what, and I tell all my friends and my family and other people, I'll do what I can when I can. It's not about what they need at that exact moment. It's about if I if I can, when I can, if I decide I want to. You have to let other people know that it's not about control. You're not going to control me. I'm going to do what I want. Okay, what I want and what I need, because sometimes what we do for other people, we're enabling them and making them to think that we have to do things that people pour out their toxicity. They want to use us, and people will, as long as you let them. If you let people do things, they will. If you say no, they can't. That's powerful. When you say no to something, they can't do anything about it. When it's no and it's no and it's firm, and there's no going back, and you're not wobbling onto opinions, that you're sure, you're confident. No, I'm not doing that. And I'm not going to explain why. It's no because I said no. And that's the end of it. And they're going to know, you're changing. You never told me no before, and get used to it. Yeah. I love, love, love. That makes me smile. I grew up with no boundaries with people. It's hard, but worth having them. Definitely healthier. Yeah, you have to. I had to train people, friends and family, when I learned healthier mindset, healthier options. Um, Also, stepping into doing the things that I wanted. You're gonna hurt some people's feelings. You're gonna disappoint other people, and I had to learn to be okay with that. And I had to learn that another person being sad or angry had nothing to do with me, because I had to be in control of myself. At the end of the day, I got to be in control of my mindset, how I feel. Am I feeling loved and needed and deserved and accepted? Do I have joy? Or is that person having all the joy and the peace, and I'm over here and I'm miserable? That doesn't balance out. Making other people happy, and then in on the other side of that coin, you're miserable. That doesn't equate. And there are people actually that don't care. They don't care if you don't get the things you need. They don't care if you don't get the things that you desire. They don't care if you feel good, you know? All that matters for other people who are toxic is you continuously giving them what they want for you doing. And as long as you keep doing, then you're a good person. But the moment that you say no, the moment you say, I'm no longer going to um I'm no longer going to let you use me. I'm or I'm going to set some boundaries here, that this is all I'm going to do, and the rest you need to do that for yourself. You got to let other people make their own decisions and have their own opinions, and if they feel sad or disappointed, that's on them. I'm going to say, this is all I'm willing to do. And no matter what you say, it's still going to be no, because you have to say yes to yourself. You have to say no to them to say yes to yourself. You do. That's a part of self-love. You can't always please and make other people happy, because in the process, you will be unhappy. You'll be unhappy following behind other people. You'll make your own self miserable making them happy. And that's not balance. That's not normal. Okay. Yes. I will never allow controlling people in my life again. And you shouldn't. I always say control or be controlled. Okay. Let's get back into this. Point number 3, recognize you can do amazing things and be great. To believe in yourself, you must believe that you can do and be great. Um, that is harder for some people than others, but if you don't believe that you have greatness inside of you, if you don't believe that you have a great mind and you have the power to be amazing and have and possess, greatness in your life, then you're never going to achieve and get to the things that you want. It's about decisions that we make every day, everybody. Decisions. Make a decision to win. Make a decision to thrive. Make a decision. I can make good choices. I have great opinions. I love myself. I believe in myself. I am strong. I can say no and mean it. Making other people happy does not make me a bad person. For a long time, I thought that about myself. When I said no to other people, I thought that now I let them down. Now what are they going to do? That's not on you. That's not on you. That's not your responsibility to wonder what will happen if you don't do X, Y, and Z for another person. You do what you can when you can. But ultimately, that's not your responsibility. Other people need to take control over their own life. You got to take control over your own mental peace, to have your own mental health, your own status mentally, to be okay. You can't keep saying yes to everybody. You can't. And it may be harder for other people. For some people, that's nothing. But for others, it's a challenge. And I say to you that recognize that you can do great things, and to do great things in your life, you gotta follow through. You gotta be consistent. You gotta keep trying. Things aren't just gonna fall into your lap and be easy. Recognize that you can do great things. There's gonna be a road. It's gonna be hard. There's gonna be obstacles. There's gonna be trials. There's gonna be people who backstab you. There's gonna be wolves in sheep's clothing that come to you, and it may be your own flesh and blood. It may be your own person you're in a relationship. Not everybody who pretends to be great actually is. Okay. Not everybody who claims to be our friend is. There's a lot of people that they have that knife right behind their back and they're ready at any opportunity. Okay. So pay attention to all of that. Recognize, working on discernment. When we get some thoughts in our mind that people like, you're not being nice to me. You're not doing like you should. You're like, when you see things and you're aware of something, don't tell yourself, oh, maybe I'm just being sensitive, or maybe and it's not like that. We try to convince ourselves that people aren't what they are proving themselves to be. People show you who they are. Okay. Don't try to tell yourself, oh, that's just me. Don't put that and push that inwardly like it's a self-reflection. It has nothing to do with you. Another person's actions have nothing to do with you. Everybody must be accountable for themselves. Every single person must be accountable for themselves. And the more that we realize that, it's the more peace that we can have. Because if you say to yourself, I'm responsible for my own peace, okay? I'm responsible for what I choose to do. I'm responsible for every time I choose to get up. I'm responsible for the things that I fortify into my mind. That's why it's so important the people that you're around. If you're around negative, dark, evil people, that is what you're going to become. If you listen to negative, dark, evil things, that's what you're going to become. So be careful what you're allowing your mind to eat on, to feed on, because what you think is what you become. What you think is what you become. So to believe in ourselves more, we must be careful of what we listen to, be careful of who we associate with, be careful of what we speak over our life. Because for a long time, I stopped speaking um light into my life because I had so much darkness, so much dark people and with their dark thoughts and their negativity. If you're constantly feeding on that, you're around them and they're all negative, they're always talking about other people and on TV and the entertainment, negative, negative, negative. I couldn't escape. I was drowning in a sea of negativity because that's all I was seeing. That's all I was around. So to dismiss that type of thinking, we got to get away from those negative people. Stop listening to them. You know, it's about what you want. It's about what you make a decision to be around. Okay. If you make a decision that you're going to have an amazing, inspired, positive, courageous life, it's choices. What choices am I going to make to have that? And it's hard sometimes to pull back from certain people or to when I really don't feel like doing something today, but then you follow through and do it anyways. Every time I find when I don't feel like doing something, but I push myself, if it's something in my purpose and I'm just procrastinating or being lazy, and then I say, just do it, just try it, even if it's for a little while, just do it. Every time that I allow myself to follow through with something that I'm dragging my feet on, I always get rewarded. I usually always have an amazing experience because I trusted the process. So I say to whoever is holding back from doing something that they know that they should, procrastinating, being lazy, doubting, giving into fear, worry, making excuses. And I should have did this 5 years ago and 10 years. Forgive yourself for that and move forward, okay? Recognize what you can do. Be great. Each of us is given amazing talents. You're giving amazing talents. You're an amazing human being. But what is it? To what avail is it if you have all of this knowledge, you have all this talent, all this ability, but you do nothing with it? It's in the action that counts. It's in the action, everybody. So here is the last point. To believe you can and you will, you gotta love yourself. Self-love is the key. Self-love is the key. There's nobody, people may love you, and that's a wonderful thing. I always say that all the time. It's wonderful to love yourself. It's wonderful for other people to love you, but it's about how much do you love yourself when the tough gets going, when it's hard, when it's trials, when you have disappointments, when other people tell you you can't. But it's another thing to possess that all on your own, regardless of what you do, regardless of their opinion of you, regardless of who likes you, regardless of who understands you, regardless of who's on board with what you're doing. That self-love that you possess for you will take you anywhere that you want to go. You got to believe in yourself. You have to be personally convinced. I'm going to be amazing. I'm going to do great things. I'm going to be strong. I'm capable. I'm intelligent. But you must speak that over your life and then by your action show the proof of it. I love myself, thus I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And then when you do that, say, good job, you did it. I know it was hard. I know you didn't want to. We must encourage ourselves so that we can continuously believe in ourselves. It's not just enough to say, I believe in myself and I love myself, but when you need to make certain decisions, or when you know that you need to follow through and do something, that's where you show that you love yourself. I love myself. And because I love myself, I know that I deserve to have this, this, and this. And I'm going to follow through. I'm going to do this so that more of my light can pour in, my fire can turn up. I can raise my elevation and my vibration in my life. Elevate, everybody. Elevate, elevate, elevate. Okay? I live alone, so I enjoy the time I set out for self love. This week I did my nails as my hand is bad, but I still wanted to enjoy myself. They look amazing too. I'm so glad to hear that, Jinx journalist. Yeah, we have to find ways to pour into ourselves. And like I said, that's going to look different for different people. What you want and you desire, you fulfill that. See, we say we believe in ourselves. We say we love ourselves. We say that we're strong. But when an obstacle, when an opportunity, when some challenge happens to us, what are we going to do now? That's when you give up? This when you lay down? I throw in the towel. I can't do it. I won't do it. No, this is where we pull in for our own inner strength. Pull in from your own self. Don't wait for another person to give you that. Self-love is a gift that keeps on giving. So that's all I had today. Appreciated everybody's support. Thanks for all the well wishes, the consideration, for all the thoughts that you had to encourage me. It really does mean a lot to me. Everybody, has their ups and downs. I'm just a woman, living my human experience. I'm just living life out loud. I'm giving myself the permission to, when I need a break, I give myself a break. And I say that to you too. If you need a break, take one. To encourage ourselves to keep going, we must, okay? We must. It's not an option, all right? It's not an option to love ourselves. It's something that we must do. So I say to you as well, you must love yourself and then make the choices to win, to thrive, and to believe in you. Jinx journalist says, I love the energy you share with us. It's appreciated. You're welcome. You're welcome. And to everybody who was here today, and to those of you who watched on the replay, hit the like, subscribe if you're new to this channel. I would appreciate those who could share this out so it can reach the right person. Share this with a friend or a family member that you would know needs some support. And I think each and every person needs some support. We have a goal. The goal is to get to 3K by December. I don't know. I got about 500, I think 550 subscribers. And I know that that's a lot, but I think I could do it. So thank you all so much for your support. Shout out to the members. Shout out to all my subscribers, my moderators. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you guys on Sunday for the Motivated podcast. I think I put it for 8:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, every Sunday between 8:15 and 8:30, we do the Motivated podcast. And that's where I talk about some sort of topic on a podcast. It's not live. I'm not on camera. It's just you could focus in on the information, and that's what's important. So thank you all so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. And like I always say, every single video, story time, and live stream, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life. I'm Marlene Motivates, and I want you to live your best life. Bye, guys.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, oh, boy.